I think it's so interesting the way everybody sees America. Ma sees America as this place of refuge and freedom. And you came here, as I understand it, when you were 19. And what
Yes.
did America hold for you?
I moved here at 19 to go to college. Um, I received financial aid and I was very lucky. It was a gift from out of the blue. And it represented freedom to think for myself. The reason I started applying to schools in America from India was the schooling system that I was in felt very rigid to me. I was taught to learn with the aim of succeeding at exams. And I knew that that's not the mode in which I wanted to do college.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come to this country to go to classes where I would be encouraged to form an opinion, to argue, to question what I read, and to think for myself.
Wow. And that obviously happened, sister. Okay, this audience has a lot of questions for you. Where's Rochika? Rochika? Hi.
Hi, question for Megha. Both my parents were actually born and raised in Kolkata as well, so it was really special to read the story and see it take place in that city. My dad came to the States to go to college as well, and my mom joined a few years later after they got married. For them, America was a land of opportunity, potential. What do you think America represented for Ma, Mishti, and Dadu?
That's a great question, and I'm so happy that we are in the same room now. I think for the characters Ma, Mishti, and Dadu, America represented certainly a better future, a more secure future, but it had different textures for Ma, who's the mother, and Dadu, who's the grandfather. The different texture was that for Ma, she was purely excited. She wanted that escape. She wanted that feeling of freedom and safety for her daughter. And she knew that she was escaping to a place that was far away from her hometown, which she loved and adored and would miss. But it was also a city where she had been harassed as a girl. And she knew what it was like to be in the streets of that city as a girl. So there were injuries that she could finally escape from.
Mm-hmm.
And for Dadu, the elderly man who always paid more attention to the street side jokes and conversations and the poetry and the laughter of the city, he felt that he would be diminished. There would be a version of himself which he would leave behind in his hometown. It would not go along with him. So there was immigration, there's pride in it, but there's also a wound. There's also a wound which never heals. And
The
I
wound
think
of having to leave your country that you love.
exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I called you and you were still so shocked, telling you that I was confused as to why Ma was lying to her husband, even though, were y'all confused too? Why was she lying even though they faced disaster after disaster and so many obstacles? And you told me,
That, okay, who here in this room currently lives far away from home, from where you grew up? Yes. Okay. So I think that you will understand that feeling when you live far away from your parents, that when you speak to them on the phone, you have to protect them. You cannot let them worry about you. That is your gift of love to them. I am okay. Everything is okay. And I wanted to talk about that kind of loving lie through Ma and her relationship with her husband. He's so far away. He's in Michigan. She's in Kolkata. There's nothing he can do. But what she can do for him is she can protect him. You're not convinced?
not one bit. You know what I think? I think it must be a cultural thing. I think it must be a part of your culture that that's what you do is to protect your parents. Because my culture says, help. Help me now. What can you do to get me out of this? That's the culture I'm coming from.
I love it.
Anybody else come from that culture? Anyway, but I hear what you're saying. But I don't get it. I mean, even at the end, which I'm not gonna. Even the end, the last time she had an opportunity, she didn't. And is she trying to protect him then, or is she gonna wait till she gets home to tell him? What? I mean, was she still trying to protect him, or I thought, well, is she still trying to protect him, or is she just now so accustomed to not telling him the truth that?
Right. She is too deep in this story that she has fabricated that things are okay. And in that moment, which I won't give away, she decides that she has to continue doing that for him. That is the form in which she gives him love from so far away.
Yeah. I think you did such a masterful job, really, of allowing us to see the characters as both guardians and thieves. I saw both of them as guardian and thieves. Did you all too? At first, I thought there was going to be a guardian and then there's a thief. And then I thought both are guardians in their own way and both are thieves. Is this how you see human nature? Because at first I wanted Boomba. I was like sick of him. Very sick of Boomba. And then I think over time we change, right, Tondo?
Yeah, I was so sick of him. Oh my gosh, I was sick of him. Then I was like, oh, wait. He's just a little boy. He's a guardian. He's looking out for his people.
He's a guardian too.
Yeah.
And so you did this on purpose, obviously.
Yes. That's such a beautiful question and a beautiful reading. Yes, I was interested in how there are no villains and there are no saints. You know? Within each of us, there is the impulse to protect and love, and there is that capacity to harm others if we need to for the people that we love, I think. That's one of the questions that I started out with is, would I do this? Would you do this? You know, where would the borders of your moral self be? And what would you do if you felt like your love was pushing you up against those borders?
Yeah, because that moment in the book where we get to understand why the thief does what he does. Yes.